A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choosy lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes, get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the buck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Baby, you been rolling so
Hello, welcome everybody to Artie's Corporate Fiction. I have a special guest with me tonight, Mr. Blue Bacon himself. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. You know, we had a fairly entertaining back and forth to get this thing started. I'm sure Kick would get a kick out of it, I think, because I think he knows exactly, you know, how we came together to put this collaboration in motion. So tonight we are going to take a look at the man, the myth, the legend known as Mr. DeWitt. A couple of interesting news bits have been happening over the past week. Not the least of which has been his recording of his bond hearing that he had. And I know that Real World Police had just uploaded the second half of the bond hearing, part 2 of their the recording. We might be able to take a look at that. But why don't we? Why don't you tell me if there's anything we're missing from the outside of the bond hearing? If there's been any new developments?
Well, nothing too interesting. It's mostly, I mean, that bond hearing isn't super up to date. There's been stuff since then, but it is, when it comes to getting information about what DeWitt is doing and when he's doing it, it is fairly recent compared to how long it sometimes takes to get what's actually happening. So that bond hearing was in regards to, I want to say, failure to register. It was Judge Rocha, if I remember correctly, and she's great. She's very no nonsense. She doesn't play sides as much as some of the other judges.
I did notice that. At least when I listened to part 1, she was not giving the prosecution any slack at all.
No.
Throughout part 1 for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, she is very much. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're prosecution. I don't care if you're defense. You're going to do this right. And good for her, honestly. But in regards to that one was about whether or not, I believe his bond was going to be reinstated, what they're going to do with him. There have been so many little bits and pieces adding up to sort of the grand finale that I haven't really been keeping track of them as well as I should. But what we're seeing mostly now is Jeremy is in jail. He has, over 20 cases. Well, not cases, over 20 charges still pending. And right now, they're sort of just going through plea deals. He's at that point. I don't think he's actually going to take any of these to trial. He's pled out to a variety of different things that leads me to think that he's not pleading to some to fight others.
Right.
I think he's just stalling for time to get the best deals so that he can do whatever.
No, I think you're right. And yeah, of course, the bond hearings, they're not entirely recent. I mean, it obviously takes Real World Police some time before they're able to get them uploaded. But, I mean, at least in the meantime, we can at least listen to the part 2 of the event. I know part 1's a bit long. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and there's a lot of dead air, a lot of paper shuffling there. But I think we could take a look at, listen to part 2 of his bond hearing if that sounds good.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Let me share my screen. Uh-oh. Is it not working?
Have there been any
Are you able to hear it?
arrests of Mr. DeWitt lately involving...
Okay. Darn it. I knew this was going to happen. Or I had a bad feeling about it. Let me see if Edge works out better for this.
Sure.
Let me see here.
Nope. See what I can do on my end. Don't do it. Don't.
Have there been any arrests of Mr. DeWitt lately involving funeral escorts?
Nope. I also got to make sure the audience can see it too. Oh boy. Come on now.
There has not.
I thought I had this pat. See if you can show it on your end. I apologize.
Okay. See if I can pull that up.
By the way, just real quick, Kaylee and Sean, thank you for being members for 2 months. And hey, the adults are talking. Thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Yeah, I know. I had one job and I'm failing miserably.
All right, part 2. Does that audio play for you? When? Because it's Discord. I knew what I was. How did? Oh, share my screen. Okay.
Thank you, Leanne, for joining as a member. Much appreciated.
All right. So you want me to share my screen?
Yeah.
See if we can do that. All right. See if I can figure out how to do it. This should be it. Is that working?
I can see it. It's very low quality, though.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah, but it's very low volume.
Low volume.
Unarrested my client the very next day prior to the initial appearance.
And what case was that?
The one involving this witness from March 23rd of this year.
Which was what charge?
The
All right, let me turn.
weapon.
Oh, right. The court's not
I
considering.
can turn up the volume on
I'm sorry,
the audience.
but I did not include that in my list
The court's
of
not
cases.
considering that.
Okay.
Okay.
I know you're not considering it from that perspective, but I do think it's relevant as it relates to this particular witness and some bias that I think exists between he and the client.
All right. Well, I'm 11 minutes in because I forgot to change that. Is it working though?
It's working. It's just very, very low volume. I'm trying to upload. I'm trying to improve the gain on my end.
I have it as high as I can get it.
Don't worry. I think we. The chat said I got it right. We got it. High
Okay.
enough.
Perfect.
Let's go for it.
I'm gonna play it from the beginning.
Have there been any arrests of Mr. DeWitt lately involving funeral escorts?
No, there has not.
Have you still been receiving complaints of this escort service operating the way it is?
Yes, we have. We were given very clear and direct instructions to have no involvement with Mr. DeWitt unless he was committing a capital felony, and then we would take action.
That's very weird.
So you've been told by superior officers that you are not allowed to arrest Jeremy DeWitt unless he's committing a capital offense?
Yes, sir.
You just testified a moment ago before I began cross-examining you that you've been directed to stand down, if you will. That's not the first time that you've been directed to stand down, is it?
Me individually, or me as in the sheriff's office?
You personally in Mr. DeWitt's case?
Personally?
Right.
And are you referring to 2015?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in 2015, the entire motor unit was told also at the same time.
One more time, the entire
Motor unit.
motor unit, okay.
The entire motor unit, we were all instructed to leave him alone.
Okay.
Mr. DeWitt.
Okay. Do you know who posts those to the internet for Metro State?
Well, I guess you can say I'm assuming that Mr. DeWitt did, because he's the one stating that, living the life of, and you asked me to post this, so I'm posting it. So yeah, he's made that comment multiple times.
Okay.
You wanted to see what it's like for me to go through Starbucks. So here it is. So it would pretty much make sense that it was him posting it.
Okay.
Now, he might have somebody who physically uploads it.
Right.
That I can't say. I don't know.
Okay. So nothing that you've done during the course of the investigation would lead you to have personal knowledge of who's actually posting to the website, correct?
I have not investigated that. That's what you're referring to.
Sure. And you continue to see posts on that website even while he's sitting in here in jail, do you not?
A few have been sent to me, but I try not to watch them because they're a little disturbing.
Okay. So there are posts being made to the website that you're attributing to Mr. Witt while he's in jail that somebody's posting?
Well, the ones I think that you're referring to that I've seen have been like jail phone calls where he's on one side of the phone and Jennifer's on the other, and they're having a conversation. Is that what you're talking about?
Among them, yes.
Yeah, and Jennifer's the one who's posting those on behalf of Mr. DeWitt. And I've heard the conversation that...
The defendant's motion for a bond, and I'll hear your argument.
Funeral escorts that have zero problems whatsoever, that have zero incidents of any kind. We have a track record of years and years of providing these funeral escorts without issue. Mr. DeWitt is not...
So that wasn't him on the video screaming at those people and using profanity repeatedly and directing people off the road? That wasn't him?
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, because that's not a legal analysis.
Pause it.
Because...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, in case you guys didn't know, that was the defense counsel trying to make his case, and the judge is like, so that wasn't Jeremy on the video recordings that we heard. She's obviously not taking any of that BS right there.
What I love about it is Jeremy has all these defenses, like, oh, it's not me. I couldn't possibly. You're wrong. It's not my voice. And the prosecution has been basically making notes of all the excuses.
Mm-hmm.
And recently they've been doing things to be like, all right, cool. We know you're going to do this. So we're going to compel you to let us take pictures of your arms, which have scars that are identifiable that show up in the videos.
Mm-hmm.
If we have clips of your voice, we have all these things. These excuses don't work. I love that the argument, well, we don't know that was him in the videos, wasn't even made. Because if it's going to be made, that would be, I feel, an appropriate time to make it. And it kind of tells me that Amir is just, I'm not going to try it, because we know that that's not true. And we know that they can prove it's not true. So just as a fun little thing as to what Jeremy does to try to be like, well, but it's not me. It sure doesn't seem like that's going to fly.
I really have to pause. Holy shit. Not today, Satan. Thank you for the $299.99 super chat. Happy 55 years to me. Holy shit, dude. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. That's wild. That's insanely generous of you, man. Wow. Thank you very much. That's wild. I might as well do the rest of these super chats real quick, even though my camera is like fritzing out on me for some reason. I don't know why. It looks like I'm in the Matrix. Thank you, Unclean Hands, for becoming a member. Thank you, Cameo Stark, for $10. I can't stay because I have class right now. Just wanted to say it's so cool to see my two favorite creators working together. Can't wait to watch later. Right on. Swamp Pirate, thank you for becoming a member. Smarty Marty, $4.99. Will he play cop in jail where it will be appreciated properly? I think that's what he meant to say. Who knows? He might impersonate a security guard. You know, he might have to change uniforms, as it were. Akira 808 State, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Hi Artie, so disappointing that YouTube refuses to cooperate. Sorry to hear that. It looks like it's running fine on my end, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Hope it gets worked out. Swamp Pirate, $5. Hashtag Pickle Gang. Hashtag Justice for Cortez. I miss Jeremy's content. LOL. Thank you very much. Thank you S&P for being a member for 2 months. And again, thank you very much, Not Today Satan, for the $300 super chat. That's unbelievably generous. Thank you very much, man.
Continue. All right,
Yeah.
you might have to wave at me because I can't. It's real loud on my end.
Oh, my bad.
So if you need me to pause,
Oh, no worries.
perfect. Keep
Because
going.
he has had so many days of doing such wonderful legal activity that the illegal activity he committed on a particular day shouldn't count.
No, that's not what I mean to imply.
Okay, well,
Got
that's
him.
what I got out of that. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
The fact that there are incidents that are before the court that Mr. DeWitt is uncontested. And I've seen the videos and I'm aware of the videos. However, this is a business that provides a service and that has, at one point, quite a few funeral homes and organizations that utilize them for these escorts without incident. So my point is not that in some way negates what the court saw, but that Mr. DeWitt is fully capable of exercising good judgment and operating in an appropriate way.
Oh, yeah?
Good, because I really do not want to see weeping former customers talking about what a grand and helpful person he was when their loved one passed.
And that's never happened.
I do want to say that there were people that defended him. There were funeral homes who were like, no, we love him. Like, we don't care. Yeah, we've seen the videos. We don't care.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah, no. Dr. Phil. They had a few people. One was live. One they actually had call in and go, oh my God, I've never seen him. Like, he seems so professional. We've never seen this. Right? Which
Right.
tells them they don't ride along with the funeral. Okay, fine, cool, whatever. Or they're
Right.
at the front. They're not the ones subjected to Jeremy's, wrath, I guess. But there was one, at least one, that basically wrote in like an email to the producers saying, hey, yeah, no, we've seen the videos. We don't care. We're going to keep hiring him because he does a job and we need him to do that job. And sucks to suck, I guess.
I mean,
He doesn't do the people in the funeral.
what does he have like a monopoly in the area? I mean, it can't be the only funeral escort company in Central Florida.
He isn't, but he's the only one that does this police style thing because he's the only one foolish enough to think he can get away with it. Everyone else, to my knowledge, and there are problems. There are plenty of problems with other companies doing this. None of them look quite as much like police. I don't think any of them are quite as bold. Sure, some of them hold intersections, and they do get, in trouble for it. Jeremy's had a lot of interaction with police that he attributes to, well, I'm doing the right thing, when in reality it's just luck, or he's able to BS his way past whatever they're trying to do. And he's very good at that for short periods of time. He can be very, very confident and sound very, very convincing.
Oh, yeah.
This is a fairly obscure statute. You're going to have a police officer who doesn't know, and, well, I don't want to, I want to get it wrong because now I'm in trouble. Okay, I'll look it up later, which is basically how this little task force got put together to investigate Jeremy, which I believe they talk about in here. Because enough of them came together and went, do you know about this? We should do something. But none of the other ones look like police officers like he does. So when you have someone, who has a funeral and you want that sort of style of escort where it's fairly intense, it's exciting, it's like you're real important, like you're a dignitary, like you're a politician,
and,
like you're, a fallen hero.
And for the fraction of a cost of the local PD.
Oh,
right.
Absolutely. And the local police can just drop out whenever. Like, oh, it's the day before. Sorry, yeah, we got other things that we have to attend to that just came up. So if this is what you want, this is what you get. It's not that expensive for what you're getting. And the funeral homes, I imagine, make a lot of money off of it. And I'm not trying to say they're greedy or anything, but they are a business.
Right.
So I can understand their take like, hey, we're not the ones who are breaking the law. He is. Go after him. We're going to keep hiring him. If you don't like it, you stop him because we won't. So,
like, well, basically, the directors are like, it's your job to police, not ours, essentially.
Yeah, basically, it's like we're not liable for this.
Right.
In the statute, like there are very few things that we are actually responsible for when it comes to this. This is not one of them. So you take care of it. We're going to keep using him.
Gotcha.
Because he's not like super affiliated with us. We're not going to lose our reputation. And so that was actually stated. So her suggestion, like, I don't want to see people coming through crying about how good he is, isn't without merit.
Right. Gotcha.
But moving on.
So the issue here, Your Honor, is I'm sure the court could care less about my financial involvement with the DeWitt.
That's correct.
That he doesn't have the financial wherewithal to post large bonds.
Understood.
And so we would ask the court to reimpose the bonds originally said. If the RORs are not sufficient for the court to feel that there's some kind of safeguard to be released on pretrial release, if GPS monitor is something that the court wishes to impose, Mr. DeWitt has indicated that he is more than willing to comply with that.
Did you mention the testimony about threats to law enforcement officers, threats of violence to law enforcement?
No, I asked, there was a bulletin put out claiming that my client was going to go in and commit suicide by cop, and so I had asked
if he ever actually heard that.
Right. The only source of that information was a conversation somebody had apparently with Mr. Perkins.
This is true. I've confirmed with the other party of that conversation.
I was going to ask you.
Yep. The other party of that conversation said that he said, I'm sick of it. When they let me out of jail or when something happens, I'm going to go to the department and I'm just basically going to commit suicide by cop. I don't remember the exact details. I know there was another channel saying that he claimed he was going to do it with a car, which is not the information that I have. The person I talked to, who I have confirmed to be who they claim to have been, did not indicate that there was a vehicle. I don't know how he was going to do it, but there was actually a claim, and it was reported as legitimate. And I know Jennifer as well, Jennifer being his side piece, also made statements that would seem to indicate that he had suggested he would do it. Whether or not he was going to do it, I don't know. He says a lot of things that are not true, and maybe it was just an offhand comment. But on the other hand, once this is over, his life is, everything he's built for the last decade is gone. So is it impossible for him to do it? No. Is it possible he was just making an offhand statement? Sure. But that is a legitimate thing that was said.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you about that when I heard it. So,
yeah.
We've got countless audio and video recordings, and not once in my mind ever uttered those.
So that witness's testimony was just not credible. That's what you're asking the court to find, insofar as that's concerned.
Absolutely. I mean, and not to mention,
that's fine. That's a legitimate position to
take. Not to mention, my client's here 2 years after this supposed bulletin went out, has been confronted by law enforcement officers in the last 2 years, God knows how many times, and has not lifted a hand, let alone ever feigned some, shootout at the OK Corral. So that's just nonsensical. There's no evidence of this. He is not a threat to law enforcement in any way. So we'd be asking those bonds to be reinstated.
Understood. Mr. Moore?
Yes, Your Honor, this really is kind of the first time a court has been able to look at all of these cases. When Mr. DeWitt is rearrested, there, what makes it...
Okay, I'm sorry.
Arrested and arrested.
Pause this.
He hasn't been
Yep.
This is where I really got irritated by the judge. I understand where she's coming from, but for the love of God, why does she have to be so anal about the difference between arrested and rearrested? Or arrested again?
Pretty slim bit of semantics there.
I get it. I get what she's saying. I understand it, but for God's sake, she drags it on for way too fucking long. For like at least 2 minutes, she goes on about the semantics on getting arrested again or being rearrested. But
she does. My problem with, I mean, obviously it's just like, okay, hold on a second. My problem with this was that the prosecution didn't really seem to catch on that they needed to be more careful.
Right.
Because at that point, like, she's made a lot of corrections. Like, no, that's not the question I was asking. No, that's not this. The prosecution, what they should be doing is, oh, correct. Just don't argue. Just, yes, Your Honor. Like,
right.
Boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she does. She's a stickler.
I mean, I get it. She's being rearrested implies they're being arrested for the same crime, when being arrested again suggests that he's being arrested a second time for a separate offense. I get that. That's where she's coming from, ultimately.
Yeah. But I'm not in the courtroom.
I know.
That's their problem.
She's the judge. It is what it is. She's the judge.
Yep.
Rearrested until at all on the charges for which he's now seeking bond. He was only arrested once. He was ROR'd. Then he was arrested on a domestic violence charge. And at IA's, his bond was revoked. So that wasn't an arrest.
I mean, I wish it was that simple. There really is a long history to this, because it dates back to that first Windermere case. That happened on September 7th of 2019.
So you're saying he was arrested on, let's say, that charge before this court signed capias on him?
No, that was the first arrest on September 7th of 2019.
I can't wait to hear how he's been re-arrested. Not to split hairs, but...
Split hairs.
Yeah, there it is.
Exactly what I'm doing. But okay.
Arrested on different charges, yes.
Okay.
I don't want to split hairs.
That's another arrest.
Correct. The DV case that Your Honor is faced with today that happened on April 7th, and now there's a new warrant which Your Honor has, which is the failure to report case from Osceola County. That was served on him a couple weeks ago. Those are the 5th and 6th new cases that happen from criminality that would have occurred after the initial. So my point being, he has come before courts on several cases with new criminal charges, not things that preceded. He has also come before the court with several cases that preceded that original arrest, and that's what really constitutes the 12 total cases between Orange and Osceola County.
Why wasn't his bond revoked until Baines revoked it on the DV? There's been an attempt to unwind that and turned it into a foot slammed in a door. And
something was cut out of that.
Well, the audio, they said that they cut bits of the bond to kind of focus on the highlights, but I did notice that cut.
Yeah. So it sounds like she's starting to talk about some confusion with what another judge is doing, because Jeremy's facing charges in multiple counties, so it's being dealt with by multiple judges.
Mm-hmm.
And there has been some confusion where Amir being Jeremy's attorney, thinks that the judges are going to cooperate with each other and play the same game, and they haven't. And so it is fun sort of point that out and say, this is contradicting what he thought would happen with these judges being on the same sort of
wavelength.
Exactly. As far as the foot in the door thing, that comes from an incident with Jennifer Burton, again,
right.
Side piece. And she called in domestic violence incident, basically as it was happening. Police arrived. She made a statement. And as time went on, her statement became less and less incriminating as she sort of
walked back.
But at the heart of it, it was basically Jeremy DeWitt is very mad at me. He's chasing me, and he slammed my foot in a door. Now she has claimed, oh well, we were fighting for the door maybe, and then he let go and it hit my foot. Whatever. I don't think he was. I don't know if he's still facing those charges, but I do know that it revoked his bond because there was enough reason to believe that his actions could be criminal, and that someone on bond should not be engaging in that kind of behavior. They should be, playing maybe a little bit more cool. And this hearing, I think, directly is a part of, well, maybe not directly, but it's certainly in that same pipeline of what has been happening.
Hey,
why the bond's being
So I do know that we listened to a 911 call. Is that related to that DV incident, or is that a separate?
Might be.
Okay.
It was basically she's saying there's something about railroad tracks, saying that he's following me, and you can hear Jeremy in the background going,
"Yeah,
what are you doing? You'll take me to jail, whatever." And so he was arrested. I don't know if he'd be rearrested for that one. He's out in bond. And incidentally, that he was out of jail during that because he had agreed to be basically have a curfew, to not leave his home except for a few reasons, and to liquidize Metro State. So he basically agreed to a lot of things that were in an original plea deal just to get out of jail, to possibly go back in jail once the trial actually happened, which I think is fantastic, because they're like, bro, that was part of the plea deal, and now that's off the table.
Yeah.
And of course, Amir can argue, well, since that was part of the plea deal and he's accepted that, we can establish that that still applies and should still count, and that's why the charge should be less. But he decided to get angry at Jennifer, something that we've seen him do many times, and he was out for a very brief period of time and then went right back in. So sucks to be him, but you'd think he'd learn. He doesn't.
No, of course not.
Then there was the failure to register arrest. I think counsel completely misinterprets and misreads this court. So,
Well, Your Honor, I am asking you to keep him no bond because of the new arrest, of course. That's first and foremost. If Your Honor was thinking of releasing him, I was presenting to the court evidence that I believe his behavior and conduct is dangerous in the community. There has now been evidence of other types of dangerous threats in terms of, potentially causing harm or making threats to witnesses. And based on those things, I do think it's still appropriate to hold him no bond until we can get these cases heard and resolved.
counsel, the failure to register case is going to be tried next week, and it may be tried by this court.
It's on the docket next week, Your Honor.
Right. And is the state prepared to go forward and prove that case?
We can, Your Honor, yes.
So that's a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I said yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's semantics again.
I know.
Yeah. No, I know. Like it's
no.
A small thing.
I know that she knows. Well, I at least even if I don't like it, I understand where the judge is coming from. You know,
no, absolutely, of course. Now that one he actually did plead guilty to. He's pled guilty to a lot of them. I don't know if that's the one that's been sentenced yet. One was supposed to get sentenced today.
Yes.
I haven't heard anything about that yet, but a different one he did get time to. He's definitely going to jail for a few years. He's already got that. I don't remember exactly which one correlates to whatever, but that's what's being discussed there. He's definitely facing jail time per conviction.
4 cases that have been assigned to this court, so we're not quite sure yet which one will go.
Yes.
Is there a minimum mandatory on that charge? I believe there is, isn't there?
On the
failure to register?
No, the failure to register.
So what is this charge? Failure
It's a failure to register as a sex offender. So he has 1 initial count and then 2 more registrations where he still omitted to register a vehicle that belonged to his wife. So
no minimum mandatory?
Not on a failure to register, no, but he does. I think I don't have the score sheet in front of me, but there's a minimum guideline sentence, and then we did also file a habitual felony offender notice in that case, as well as all of his others.
I don't know if that one's been approved. Failure to register is a Class 3 felony in Florida that does not have a minimum sentence, but it does have a maximum of 5 years, of course, per his score. That would determine what an appropriate sentence would be. I'm sure, of course, Artie, you know, but I've been asked that question a few times. I felt like your chat would probably appreciate that information.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Counsel?
Your Honor, the crux of our argument is this. The courts have heard every time Mr. DeWitt's been arrested arguments from the state that his bond should be revoked, and they have declined to do so for whatever their individual reasons and rationales were. Of the arrests that have happened subsequently, one was what we believe to be an unlawful arrest in March that the Sheriff's Office Legal Department unarrested my client the very next day prior to the initial appearance.
And what case was that?
The one involving this witness from March 23rd of this year.
Which was what charge?
The carrying a concealed weapon.
Oh, right.
I remember that one.
And you're
That one was. I've talked about that one a few times.
That was the one where he was on the highway, and they stopped him and one of his workers, for potentially carrying a concealed weapon.
Yes, without like actually taking it and like holding up to your eyeballs, it looks like a gun.
Yeah,
Jeremy cannot have a gun. They were able to identify that it looked like a gun and that it was Jeremy carrying it, and they stopped him. I have zero problems with that stop. That stop,
right.
I can't imagine could be successfully argued to be unlawful. However, the arrest is still very contentious.
I didn't buy it. I
struggled to I've talked to some people from that area. Some are saying, nah, that doesn't fly. Some are saying, well, it holds up because of jury instructions. But that's I mean, even if that feels like something that's going to get you out of trouble, but isn't going to hold up in court.
Yeah.
And I don't think a police officer should be engaging in activity that they know isn't going to hold up in court just because. Now, there are times, sure, if it's like, I need to stop this person right now for the next few days, and what I'm doing is lawful, but it's not going to result in a conviction, but it stops them from, I don't know, assaulting someone who's going to be in a different country next week, and it gets them away from them. I got that. This didn't feel like that necessarily. I'm not there. I'm not the police. I don't know what they're seeing, just what, was available to us. But it didn't feel right to me. I would have made that same choice.
I agree. I agree with you basically right there. I fully agree with the stop. I think the actual stop was absolutely lawful, but I felt like them trying to stick the charge on there when they ultimately, once they realized and understood and confirmed that it was a non-lethal, that should have been the end of it. Now, again, you could and you can argue that, hey, Jeremy, we're letting you go, but bear in mind this could keep on happening because what you're carrying looks like a lethal firearm. So do not know
if you swapped it out for a real one.
So do not be surprised if this keeps on happening. You may not, and that's the way I saw it. You may not be arrested, but expect to be stopped from here on out because what you're carrying looks indistinguishable from a lethal firearm from a vehicle.
Absolutely.
But ultimately, the arrest itself, I felt like the cops got a little bit too personal, or at least in the sense they got a little bit too overzealous. And it. All that does is just undermine the cops' credibility and gives ammunition for Jeremy, who wants to paint the narrative that the police are just out to get him.
Absolutely. And he painted that narrative very poorly. He said he was dragged along the ground. He was this, he was that. None of that happened. But absolutely, I'm going to have a conversation with you on the side of the road about your conduct and what you need to do in the future, as opposed to I'm going to put handcuffs on you and bring you to the police station. And that's how I would have handled it. But that is my opinion. I don't want to call them out, being like, you were wrong, but that is not the choice I would have made.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to butt in, but I did not include that in my list.
Court's not considering that.
Okay.
I know you're not considering it from that perspective, but I do think it's relevant as it relates to this particular witness and some bias that I think exists between he and the client. That's one, the domestic violence case that was then recategorized as a battery that was then ultimately null pros, which is why his bonds were, in this case, revoked.
Initially,
Yes, Your Honor. And I think there was actually another one where a warrant was sought and then ultimately quashed by the state attorney's office involving the allegation where Ms. Burton had testified that she wanted to file a criminal complaint against an assailant at the office from last year and they opted to pursue my client for that charge. So Mr. DeWitt is clearly capable of exercising the judgment he needs to stay out.
What about the failure to register charge?
We're litigating that, Judge. I mean, I don't understand the new one that we just got a copy of.
Well, the one that's, I don't, are there more than, there's more than one?
This is a brand new one that they've just, the one that was just served.
What is this guy doing? More than.
God.
Yes.
Damn it. Well, you know what? More billable hours.
Yeah, right. Like, I have to work.
God damn it, Jeremy.
They're paying me. Yeah.
A week and a half, 2 weeks ago, Your Honor, in Osceola County,
Okay.
is alleging a phone number that they're saying wasn't properly registered. That's the newest of the charges. So my understanding of the case that's been set for trial next week is a case involving my client's wife's vehicle, where the vehicle was known by law enforcement and it was registered, but I guess the tag was changed at some point or renewed by the DMV, and it may be that specific tag was not properly registered. It's a pretty de minimis violation. It's not the kind of case in a normal circumstance. If Mr. DeWitt was Joe Schmo and not Mr. DeWitt, I suspect that we would have a reasonable plea offer and the case would be resolved. But because Mr. DeWitt is Mr. DeWitt, that's a tougher nut to crack, so to speak, Your Honor. So that it's not a case I would normally want to try, nor would it necessarily need a trial. So that's the predicament we're in on that case. I don't know if Your Honor wants to address that case at this time or not, but counsel and I had been talking about it, and I had indicated there might be some value in continuing that case so that he and I might have a more thorough conversation about if there's a path to resolution in these cases. We have had a prior plea offer tendered by a prior prosecutor that was rejected, but there may be an opportunity for us to revisit those things.
File your motion.
Get to the point. I don't care.
Well, I mean, what sounded to me at the very end there that he was like, I mean, we rejected a plea, but, you know, we kind of want to come back to that. That's what it sounded like at the very end there.
They definitely do. Jeremy was very, I'm not gonna take the plea deal. I can fight this. No. I think he's sort of starting to realize that that's not what's going to happen.
The walls are closing in.
They 100% are. And it's very satisfying.
And so Your Honor's aware, he does have his Osceola cases set for trial. I believe Judge Carson has already denied a motion to continue on that. I can tell you the state is ready on those cases.
Ooh, Judge Carson.
Just for the court's awareness.
Yes, that's accurate. Judge Carson did deny my last request for continuation.
Okay, is that it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the motion for bond is denied, and the reasons for that are numerous. The first
Numerous.
being the arrests of the defendant while out on bond, at least twice. Insofar as this domestic violence case that was either null prost or no infoed or died of natural death, whatever it was, that led to a lawful arrest. It survived initial appearance scrutiny, and frankly, after hearing the 911 call and the testimony of that witness who had little to no credibility.
We talked about this so often that Jennifer's never going to survive a courtroom. She did well in the courtroom, sort of deflecting and doing all of that. But her statements change so often, and it can be established with like a graph that there's no way that she's going to survive as a credible witness. And she didn't.
No, just for clarity's sake in the chat, and we're going to and the Real World Police mentions it right there in the subheading, that we're going to listen to the 911 call, and it's not here. It was in the part 1. So check out part 1. I think that's where her testimony is there. But the difference between her testimony here and the 911 call is like worlds apart, and that's what the judge is talking about. That her testimony was completely uncredible when compared to how she sounded during the 911 call, which we are going to listen to.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Frankly. And the court is not prepared to say that that was some trumped up frivolous charge, and that 911 call was alarming, and together with the absence of credibility of that witness, and the court would base its ruling on that, and then the subsequent failure to register case. In addition to those things, whatever is going on behind the scenes is of no moment to the court's conclusion after viewing the videos that this defendant has been, and with the kind of temperament that was displayed in this volatile, highly charged atmosphere that exists in all of our communities now, a danger to the community. Mm-hmm. And for those two primary reasons, the motion for bond is denied. So I will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday morning. Be ready for trial. I don't know if I will get to you, but maybe I will. You should be ready.
We don't
know an emergency. Erica, you're being recorded. May I help you?
I need someone here immediately. My uncle was trying to attack me. He ran me out of the house. He was trying to attack me. I need 911 here immediately.
Okay, where is here?
He's coming after me now.
Where is here? Where are you, ma'am?
He's coming after me. My son is here. He keeps following me. He is trying to attack me. He yelled in my face. He is trying to attack me. I need somebody to help me.
Does he have any weapons?
I don't know. You need somebody to get here immediately. I want to press charges.
Did he hit you at all?
No, he tried to. He flung at me. He came at me. Yeah, he was screaming at me. I was on the phone with my stepdad, and I told my stepdad to call 911. I need somebody here immediately.
Tell me which way you ran so that the officers can find you.
I'm outside of my house right now. He ran me out of the house.
Okay.
I need somebody here.
Listen, ma'am, I'm getting the officers out there. Me asking you these questions is not stopping them from coming, okay? What's your name?
Okay.
What is your name?
My name is...
Are you white, black, or Hispanic?
I'm black.
And what color shirt and pants are you wearing?
I'm wearing a blue tank top and blue shorts.
And what, your uncle, is he black, white, or Hispanic?
He's black.
What's his name? What color shirt and pants is he wearing?
He's wearing a white shirt, and I don't know the pants. I don't remember the color. Blue pants. He's still out here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Just try to stay away from him, okay? And
okay.
You said that he...
Stop. I'm trying to talk to her. Go ahead.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay. And so when your uncle tried to attack you and he ran you out of the house, did he didn't have any weapons in his hands?
I'm reading from chat. Okay, I'm reading from chat that this is not the Jennifer and Jeremy call. This is an older. Somebody in the chat says this is an old 911 call from 2016 to show Jennifer's experience with calling 911. I guess if my understanding is to tell the difference between how she's being genuine in the 911 call to judge credibility. I assume that's what the situation is. So it's using this old 911 call as a basis of comparison to the Jeremy 911 call. I think if that's my understanding of how it's going, it's how it's being used.
I mean, that would make sense. I never made it this far. I stopped after the court stuff. So, but that checks out. That would be a fair way of saying, like, look, this was real, potentially, if it was. And we listen to the 911 call. same energy, same thing is happening.
Yeah.
That's also real.
No, he was swinging his hands at me. He said, come on. I told you not to fuck with me. Come on. He was swinging his hands at me. I was on the phone with my stepdad. I told my stepdad to call 911.
Okay. Heard it all?
No, I need somebody to come here.
Okay, the officers are coming, okay?
Okay.
All right, they'll be there shortly. Flag them down when you see them, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. 911 emergency. Tina, you're being recorded.
Transfer, call for it.
Yes. I'm waiting for the officer. The person who just attacked me just left. The person who just swung at me just left and waved off. I want to make a police report right now.
Okay.
Yes. I've been waiting for you all.
Okay. Did he hurt you?
No.
Okay, so he didn't actually hurt you or put his hands on you?
No.
All right. We're going to get someone out there.
Now, that is an important distinction. I do want to say, just because domestic violence was one of the things I did a lot of investigating into. What we have there is assault, as opposed to, assault contemplated by battery, which could definitely change it from, a domestic assault to something a little less. If there's no contact, it's a lot harder to get it actually a domestic conviction because of what comes with the domestic conviction. And it essentially says, hey, hold off on medical, police, slow down just a little bit. This is not an active thing. Still go, but stop putting other people in danger as you rush through traffic.
Right on.
Okay.
Okay, but how long is it going to take?
As soon as we can.
The person just left.
I understand they just left and they're no longer there, but we're still going to send an officer out for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Atlanta Police, this is Bob. This line's being recorded.
Hi, I'm sorry.
This is in reference to... Yes.
Okay, what's going on there?
Well, I called earlier because someone, a man, my uncle was trying to attack me. He was swinging at me. He ran me out of the house into the yard. Called 911. That was 10 minutes ago, and no one has arrived.
I'm looking for your call right now. Is that person still there?
No, he left, but I still want to take a police report.
Okay, I show that we do have the call. It's just been extremely busy.
That checks out.
Can I speak to an officer while I'm waiting? I'm telling you that I'm a woman. I'm telling you that a man swung at me, ran me out of a house, and you're telling me it's very busy with what?
He's not there, so that doesn't matter. Very busy with crime, I am. Presumably the thing that police respond to.
Yeah.
Where are they? Give them a second.
With accidents and other issues are the same.
What address is the
It's not. Well, and we'll get someone there as soon as we can. He's no longer there, so you're safe now, right?
For now, but that doesn't mean he's not going to reach.
I'm not saying. I'm just concerned about right now for you if he's there or not. And this is your uncle?
Yes.
Does he live in this address with you?
No, he does not.
Okay. So can you make sure you lock the doors? And if you see him, call back 911 immediately?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out, is this going to take an hour? Do I need to be hit in order for it to not take an hour?
Ma'am, it's not that.
Yikes.
It's extremely busy right now. And it's not that we don't think your call is any more or any less. It's just very busy right now. But now that you're safe, I want to make sure you keep the doors locked.
Okay.
He has no way to get in, correct?
Right.
Where does he live at?
Well, he lives in he's visiting a family member who also lives here. So that's why he was here at that time. He wasn't a guest of mine. He was a guest with someone else.
All right.
I have his license plate number, and like I said, I have his name, and I know the hotel where he's staying, and I have his cell phone number. and I do want to make a police report and it's also press charges. I will not be threatened by a man. I would not have anyone attempt to hit me ever.
Well, that's just not true. Because Jeremy absolutely did all of those things that she said she'll never let a man do. And the chat is saying just drive to the police station, which is fair if she's able to. But her saying, I have his number, I have his stuff, I have this. Dispatch doesn't care. The police will get that when they arrive. Lock your doors and wait. People.
Right. I understand completely. Okay, just keep his,
And he is a boxer. This is not just a regular, guy. He is a professional boxer.
Who isn't there, so.
Now, did he actually touch you?
No, he didn't because I didn't give him a chance to. I ran from him. He was swinging at me. He came at me. This is the second time I called you all about this person. On a recorded line.
I understand. I have the call. We have the call.
Okay.
And I just want to put in there that what kind of vehicle does he drive?
It was a beige Ford Taurus, an older model.
And you said you had the tag?
Yes, it's one.
Okay. Stated your call. We're going to get somebody there as soon as we can, okay? If you see him, call. Please lock your doors until we get there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
Orlando Police, Tina, you're being
Another
recorded.
one?
Hi, Tina. This is Deandra with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I had a caller on my line. She was calling reference. She was advising she tried to reach you guys multiple times, but I guess the wait time was so long. She was having a hard time getting through. She was just trying to get an ETA. I have a callback number for her. Okay, go ahead. Okay, her callback and her first name is. You guys have a call there already or no? We did. Let me see if it's still there. Yeah, because she said that she was swung at multiple times, and then the person was chasing her, but she did say that she's in a safe location right now. Yeah, she had said that the person left. Right, okay. Probably why she said she's safe right now. But she was just trying to get an ETA, and she was concerned because she couldn't reach you guys. Okay. All right, I'll let them know that she called back for an ETA again. Okay. All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay? All right. Bye-bye. Okay.
Orlando Police, you're being recorded. This
Oh, my God.
No.
I called earlier. I'm waiting for officers to call me. I called 911 about an hour ago, and I still haven't heard anything or received a phone call or seen an officer.
Okay, what address were we coming out to, ma'am? Hold on just one moment for me. Okay, Jennifer, I've actually had an officer on the way out to you now for about 20 minutes. He should be there any moment.
Okay, do you know the officer's name?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get rerouted, the officer that's going to be coming out is going to be, actually it's two officers. Officers Rush and Officer Morris. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. I don't know them. I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Orlando Police, Megan on a recorded line. Can I help you?
Hi, I wanted to make a police report about a violation of an injunction, but I wanted to meet the officer at the secret target on Millennia. I'm already here.
Okay, what's the address there?
4750 Millennia Plaza Way.
Okay, is this where the injunction was violated at, or was that somewhere else?
No, it was at my house, but I don't want to have the officer meet me at my house.
Okay, well, what's your home address?
Um,
What's the street name? Okay. And how long ago did this happen?
The first incident happened on Thursday, and then the second was on Friday. I spoke to the Harbor House advocates, and they told me to come in downtown to make some type of affidavit, but I also want to make a police report before I go down there tomorrow.
Okay. What kind of type of vehicle will you be in?
No, this was a third-party contact. The vehicle.
But are you waiting in a vehicle now?
Oh, no. I'm in the store.
Okay, until the officers can find you. Are you white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
Black.
What color shirt and pants do you have on?
I have on a turquoise dress.
Turquoise.
Okay, hold on one moment for me, ma'am.
Okay.
Like, this is now for a violation of an injunction. I assume this is a separate incident?
I'm guessing.
I don't know.
I don't know what the.
We can maybe see if we could skip ahead a little bit and find.
What exactly do you need my third-party contact? What did they do, or what did they say?
They made a comment.
Now I'm just curious.
They basically sent a message through my grandmother twice.
Oh, people threatening.
Why did you wait so long? So it's
become.
I said
before they can put in the affidavit.
Yeah, I was thinking that this was going to have greater context will emerge in time. Yeah. Suffice it to say the call's got the ball rolling on a series of events that may surprise you. Okay. Oh. So I guess that's a teaser. Okay, real world police just teasing us here with these 911 calls. Apparently they're going to be relevant at a later date. So, well.
Shall I find the see if I can.
Well, while you're finding that, some people in the chat were asking about the supposed global plea deal. If you can, elaborate that or your thoughts on that. I know we had a discussion about that earlier.
I think it's absolutely nonsense. So, for those of you who don't know who PoliceTube is, he's a channel that has popped up. He's been around for a while, but didn't really do much. Didn't really gain any traction until Jeremy DeWitt, of course. Now, I can relate to that. He has put out content. There's a lot of controversy with the way he puts out content, or the content he puts out. Doesn't matter. However, I can confirm that he has, in the past, said things that are inaccurate, that are just not true. And I can confirm that he will say things and provide no evidence. And so I heard that he was claiming Jeremy was going to get a global plea deal, meaning that the plea deal encompassed every single case that he has against him, and that it was going to be for 18 months with 60 to 90 days served concurrently, meaning it's not after the other stuff he's already been convicted for. He's got, I want to say, 2.5 years in jail right now. So 18 months concurrent doesn't give him any extra jail time. And that's for 20-ish felonies. Now, I thought that seemed like a pretty odd claim. That just doesn't really check out. It doesn't make sense to me. So on Reddit, under a thread, I said, I think that's baloney. And he has decided to take that as a personal attack. But he said it was going to happen today. Now he's claiming that's been postponed 2 weeks. It kind of feels like he's stalling for time. I don't really know. It just doesn't add up to me. I do not think that this is accurate, this 18-month global plea deal. At one time, I believe that was on the table. It has been taken off the table. So unless they put it back on and nobody knows about it except for PoliceTube, I would not invest stock in that claim.
Yeah, given the damning evidence that he has that they have against Jeremy, I don't know. I don't deny that a plea deal can be made. I just question that 18 months would be something the state would be acceptable for, especially when he already has 2.5 years clocked in. So I think it's very doubtful that would be the amount of jail time he receives in any plea deal. But while you're looking for that, I can go through some of the super chats that we've missed at. Let me see here. Schrodinger's cat, 199. Shout out to you, man. Happy birthday to Not Today Satan and me. Yes, happy birthday, Schrodinger's cat. It is his birthday today. Aaron, $5. JD, being covered by my two favorites at the same time. Be Still My Heart. Oh, you know, we do what we can for you, Aaron. Wonder 528, thank you for being a member for 2 months. C. Carl Go, $5. There's a limited talent pool of people who could pop a riser over Fallujah one day and fight off a zombie funeral invasion on the next. That's a good point. You know, there's only so much that you can find in Central Florida with those kind of skill sets. Swamp Pirate, $2. Cars look identical to Fort Myers PD as well as others. I guess that's something that people have been saying that about the Metro State vehicles.
I have a video that I've been meaning to make for months that basically just outlines all of the stuff that looks similar to or identical to what Jeremy uses in the state of Florida.
Wow.
So yes, they were 100%. His stuff looks very similar.
Deacon with the $100 jump scare. So you guys now know that is my new price point for the jump scare after the jump scare apocalypse that happened to one of my live streams last week. It's now $100. So you know what? If you want to scare the shit out of me, it's gonna cost you this time. No. Anyway, thank you very much for the $100. Dr. Phil is not a doctor. Never given that title. He's just a show host. I could support Kick's channel, and I trust you to help. Be well, and I'm annoyed by this mess. Trying my best not to full fail. Yeah, Deacon, thank you very much. I will definitely pay that $100 forward to Kick's fundraiser. P Rhymes, $5. When I think about DeWitt, I think about the mystical freestyle lyric. If you ever in the forest seeing Jeremy fighting a grizzly bear, help the bear. Fair enough. Right up your alley, $5. You should hear the first part of the video. The judge is not kind to either side. I did hear the first part of the video, and you're right. The judge did not play favorites for sure during the first part of the hearing. P Rhymes, $2. New York walls are closing in, crawling in my skin. And that's enough Limp Bizkit lyrics for a live stream. Thank you very much, P Rhymes. Or not Limp Bizkit, what am I saying? Linkin Park. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? And Les D, thank you very much for being a member for 2 months now. We're all good.
Fantastic. I have the audio. It comes to us from Good Citizen Records. So we are stealing that. Let me see what I can find. This. Yes. Okay. For the record, this is stereo, so some stuff's gonna be in left ear, some stuff's gonna be in right ear if you're wearing headphones.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
Is it playing?
Yeah, it's. Can you hear it?
Well, you haven't shared it.
Oh, it's sharing on mine.
Is it? It's not sharing on Discord.
Let me stop it. Just awkward pause. Yeah, it says it's sharing. Let me restart. What are you doing? Why are you looking at your phone? I was checking it. All right, let's try that again. Okay.
There we go.
Is it working?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. This awkward pause. Come back to us.
And there we go.
This is Lisa on a recorded line. What's the address of your emergency?
Orange County also with the transfer. Stop! Get away! Get away from me! Get away from me!
I have a county.
Get away from me!
Hello, ma'am.
Hello? Yes. Stop.
Yes, what's going
Get
on?
away from me. Stop. Hello? Help me.
Yes, what's going on? What's going on?
I was trying to get in my car and then he slammed my foot in the door.
Okay, what's his name? Black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white. Stay away from me.
Okay, take a deep breath, okay?
Having a crisis.
What is he doing? Does he have any weapons on him?
I don't know. No, he doesn't.
So he's not letting you leave?
He's chasing me down the street. It's a lit commercial building, but he's following me.
Okay, what is he wearing?
He's wearing a gray shirt and black pants.
And is he white, black, Hispanic? You said he's a white male wearing a gray shirt,
yes,
black
please
pants?
Hurry. Yes, please hurry.
Okay, and
He's
what were
coming
you
back.
guys...
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I
Please
have him
hurry.
coming. I have him coming. Okay, do not disconnect, okay? Okay, what is he doing that were you guys in an argument?
No, I was leaving, and then I got in the car, and he said, "What are you doing? It's my car." And then he comes up to the door, and I had my foot out because I was getting in the car, and he just slammed the door on my foot. And then that's when he was just yelling and stuff, and he snatched the keys out of the ignition.
Okay. And it's your vehicle or is it his?
It's his vehicle.
Okay, what's your name?
Imagine hearing this in a courtroom and then having the person take the stand and go, "Oh yeah, no, there's nothing." But
Yeah.
I didn't. Did he hit my foot? I don't even know. It's so long ago. Yeah, no, he's great. I definitely work for him. I don't know what you're talking about. Absolutely nuts. Moving on.
Where's he now? And where are you?
I'm by the railroad tracks. I don't know. I'm by the railroad tracks.
You don't know where you are. You got to turn around. So are you?
Tracks. Please hurry.
Okay. I'm letting them know. Okay.
Okay.
I have someone on the way.
Okay.
Where is he? Do you see him?
No, no.
Is he known to be aggressive, or is he diagnosed with anything?
No, he's not. I don't think he's diagnosed with anything. I don't want to call, but.
Okay. No, it's okay. I understand. Okay. It's just that you're feeling a certain way, so you just need help, and that's what we're here to do. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that you're okay. Is he aggressive though, or no?
He has been with me in the past, yes.
Is he aggressive right now?
Not right now because I'm away from him.
Yeah, it's definitely tough with these kinds of calls. Especially when I mean, it's when you look at Jennifer's history. I mean, these are two sociopaths in their own right. So it's very tough to find any level of integrity, I guess, from either party, because they're both capable of manipulation. So it's tough when there's a genuine crisis going on.
I think in this moment, it feels real to her. I think as it comes down, she switches to how can I use this to my advantage. And then when she gets back with Jeremy and says, "I'm in control of this case. I can be a witness that testifies for you or against you. Your move.
Mm.
And it's hard to watch because she is a victim, but she's also making herself the victim to benefit from it. And so I'm very torn as to how to approach this mentally and, as content on my channel. And when this came out, I opted instead to write, I think it was like an 8-page essay on the situation and what's happening.
Mm.
Because I was just like, I don't want to touch this one with anything other than a very in-depth analysis. But I would agree, sociopath feels very fitting for both of them, where they manipulate the world around them for their benefit without caring about who's being manipulated.
Exactly.
Okay, just stay on the phone, ma'am. I'm not going to disconnect with you until the officer's there, okay?
I don't know.
Okay, and he's not...
I don't know what to do.
Okay, are you far away from where you were?
No, I'm just by the railroad track.
Are you... Okay, so are you behind it?
No, I'm not far. I'm across
Okay.
the street, basically.
Okay, so you're across the street from it. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm telling them where exactly that you are. Let me know when you see him, okay?
Okay, well.
Okay, were you guys like in an argument, or what was it that was going on that caused
No,
the issue?
yeah, it was an argument, but it wasn't like anything. It wasn't anything major. He just came out. I told him I was going to leave, and then he came outside, and like I said, the door was open, and I was getting in the car, and they slammed the door on my foot. I thought he broke it at first, and then he wouldn't let me leave. He took the keys out of the ignition of his car, and I said, just give me the keys to my place. And he gave me the keys, and I said, I'm sorry, it's cold out here.
It's okay. Did you guys drive in the same vehicle, or what happened?
No, it's a company vehicle.
Company vehicle.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't see anyone.
No, they're almost there. They're on their way. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need any medical assistance for your foot?
I don't know. I don't think so. It just feels really swollen, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. It's not broken because I'm walking on it. So.
Yeah, they're still sending medical for that.
Right.
I don't.
Okay, well, do you want it? Do you want your foot checked out or no?
No, not right now. I don't know what to do.
I'm just making sure that if you're in pain, if you're telling me that it's swelling, then we can have a paramedic go in and go check you out.
I'm okay right now.
Sergeant, I didn't touch her foot, Sergeant.
It wasn't my arm.
Sergeant. Shout out to you, RPF.
Number that you're calling me on, is that a good callback number for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And in the vehicle, do you know if there's any weapons or anything?
No.
Okay.
Sure wasn't a screwdriver, orange handle.
He attacked my wife. Her life was in
He
danger.
pulled a weapon on my wife.
From 6 stories away? I don't think so. That screwdriver's not going to do much, dude. You didn't pull a weapon on Jack DeLee's squad. Even if it was being brandished as a weapon, that's not going to fly.
You chucked furniture out of one. He pulled a weapon on my wife. You threw furniture out of a second-story window.
It kills me that he wasn't charged for that. He should have been. They had everything.
Yeah. I was shocked that he wasn't charged about that too when I found out.
I don't see anyone.
He has the luck that he has.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you know when they're close by, okay?
Okay. He's on the phone and he's coming over here now. Please. He's on the phone. I don't know who he's talking to.
He's also calling 911.
Just stay on the line with me, okay?
I think I heard bits of his call.
Yes.
Let me know what he's doing. Is he walking? Is he running?
He's walking. Wait. He's walking over here. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh my God.
I can't do this. They're not. I'm not gonna. No, they're not. I didn't lie. Please help me. Oh God.
Okay, just stay on the line with me. Do not disconnect.
I'm not waiting for them. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What is he doing?
You said you guys called him? Please.
Nobody called him. Nobody called him.
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it!
No one called.
Okay. No one.
I'm on the phone with you. Nobody called him.
Okay.
No, we don't have his phone number. I'm here on the phone with you. No, we don't have his phone number. Nobody called him. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm not doing anything. I'm not getting your bonds revoked.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is.
I don't see anyone.
They're almost there.
He said they're coming, but then something else I can't recall.
No. Yes. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Okay, stop. Okay, just stop.
Okay, I need him. If it's either you put me on speaker so he can back off and leave you alone, or put him on speaker.
Okay. All right, you're on speaker.
Hello, sir. I need you to back off away from her. You were okay. I hear you in the background, and we're on a recorded line. I need you to back away from her until the officers get there. You have her scared, okay? So if nothing is wrong, I need you to back off and leave her alone. Okay. Then you can listen. This is a recorded line. I need you to leave her alone. Okay? You can tell your side when the officers get there, but I need you to leave her alone and walk away.
Yelling for the record, him being like, you need to stop, you're lying to them, et cetera, et cetera. Officers are already on the way. The moment that call is initiated and they have an address, people are being dispatched.
Yeah.
Whoever's taking that call, writing it, and then someone else is fielding that information to the police. Depending on what systems they have, that might not be entirely accurate anymore. But him shouting at her is only hurting him because it is recorded. And the police are going to show up no matter what. So for
Yeah.
the record, if any of you find yourself in this situation, I'm not saying like here's how to commit a crime, but maybe just be calm. Don't be Jeremy.
Life lesson.
Yeah. I'm gonna write a book. It's gonna be, you know, how to be your best self, and it's just gonna be, every page is gonna be, don't be Jeremy DeWitt. That's it. That's the book.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Honey, you're going to get me arrested.
Honey, you're going to get me arrested.
Oh, it gets better.
What are you doing, honey?
Okay, before you weren't talking like that, I need you to back away. You can explain it. You can explain it when the officers get there, but for right now, I need you guys to separate.
Oh no, he's breaking down.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not. I didn't. I'm not.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's cracked.
I need you to walk away, please. And do not disconnect the phone.
I'm not lying. No, you did.
You got in the car. I told you not to leave in my car. Just leave before they get here and arrest me.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Do you have any? Okay, I need you just to walk away if you're not feeling safe. Okay. Right now, the officers are looking in the area to see where you are.
I'm not gonna.
Where are you right now?
They're not. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, just stay on the phone with me. The officers will get there. You guys can explain whatever it is that's going on. You guys can explain the situation, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I need you, okay, because now it's trying to change the way that he's talking, okay? I just need you to keep walking, okay?
Okay.
I think the police are pulling up here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Jennifer, you're tearing me apart! Thank you, chat.
I think somewhere in there, if I remember correctly, he says, I was leaving my wife for you. I don't know if I missed it or it hasn't happened yet, but the things, I want to say it was, who was it that gave me a copy that had been edited to make him more clear? Oh, I hate that I don't remember. I'm so sorry to that person. Was it J Pavilion? Might have been J Pavilion. And if it's not, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, like with some enhancement, you could probably make out a lot more of what Jeremy's saying.
You can. It's yeah, nothing too crazy. I think the best one was, I was leaving my wife for you. It's like, oh, you've been saying for so long that you're not having an affair, that this isn't happening, that your wife is totally cool with it. Obviously not. Obviously not. But yeah, there's that. So I think he says they're coming with lights and sirens. So I believe police are pulling up right around now.
Whatever you guys need to speak about, just talk about it with the officers to figure out what's going on.
What are you doing? Please stop. Please stop.
Okay.
Stop what? The train's already left the station.
Yeah.
No,
You're hiding, honey.
I'm not. You slammed the door on my foot.
I didn't shut the door on your foot. You broke the door.
That's not you lying. Oh my
You.
God.
You broke the door. I didn't touch you.
I don't know what to do.
Stop it.
It's okay, just stay on the line with me, okay? The officer's almost there. Just you're okay. You're okay. okay?
Yeah, there's a guy up here with us. I don't know who he is.
A guy is there because he's probably wondering what's going on. Okay, where is it? Where is he? That the guy that's there, is he trying to hold him back?
Yes.
Okay, what is the guy doing? What is the guy doing?
Oh, he's just standing here. He's just standing here. His name is Chris.
Okay, I think the cops are there now.
I know this was I think a
They're almost there,
bystander.
okay?
Bystander. Okay.
Yeah, the police are in the area. But they're trying to figure out where exactly
Stay on
in
the
this
phone.
train yard
They're
type
almost
area.
there, okay?
I believe. Yeah, there's some guy
I can't.
who stopped by. Like, is everything okay?
Aggressive? Is he being aggressive? What is he doing?
He's telling me to cancel the call.
No, it's the officers are almost there, okay?
What are you doing, honey? You're gonna get my mom.
I'm not. I just.
Jennifer, you know what you're doing.
No, I don't.
Stop it. You're lying. You gotta stop. The door shut on you. I didn't touch it.
I'm lying. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. He's just okay. If he's trying to make you say something different, just everything's a recorded line. We have everything here, okay? Okay, the guy that's there, is he trying to get him away from you?
He's standing in the middle. So.
Stop it.
Do you see an officer?
No.
Okay, where are you exactly?
I'm by the train tracks in the dirt. I don't know how to explain that.
Well, if you're at a train yard, that's not exactly helpful.
Yeah, like give trains, give colors, give buildings, numbers.
One set of train tracks is not going to help.
Which foot is it that the door slammed on?
The left. They're here.
I finally found them.
They're here.
Okay, just stand in line until they're with you, okay? I'm not gonna
Someone says there's body camera footage of this incident?
There are bits and pieces. It's nothing phenomenal. They basically said, hey, we're not going to give you anything up until the arrest. What happened was the police arrived. I think there were about 5 of them. They put Jeremy in handcuffs immediately because what had been said over 911 was easily enough to establish there was reasonable suspicion. They put him in the back of a patrol car, and then they talked to Jennifer, which is pretty standard stuff. That's exactly how you want to do it. You want to separate the two parties.
Right.
And at the moment one of the two parties says the other person did something that meets the elements of reasonable suspicion or probable cause. Reasonable suspicion, you have to play a little more carefully, but probable cause, cool, they're in handcuffs, they're in back of the car. Then you'd want to generally finish getting a statement from the victim or any witnesses, which is what they're doing. And if you can get them to go to the police station with you to sort of do a real in-depth sort of breakdown, okay, tell me, like write it down, we have computers, we have this, as opposed to just take notes, that's what you'd want to do. But essentially that's what's happened, and the police department's like, look, we'll give you what we can, but we're not going to give you anything of what Jennifer says. We're not going to give you anything identifiable, like, not that we don't already know, and not that I'm sure they know that we know.
Yeah.
But they're like, per policy, we can't. She has signed paperwork saying that her name is not to be released, her information is not to be released, and that's covering it.
Right.
So basically, the body cam footage is them sort of finishing up their conversation with her by saying, look, if you want to sign this thing, your name won't be on any details. And she says, I believe she says, well, I don't want him in trouble. I don't want him to give his name. And then there's footage of the police dealing with Jeremy as he's just screaming in the back of a patrol car.
Gotcha.
I can find.
It's
out there. It's out there.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure we can take a look at it. Yeah. Does this video also have Jeremy's call, or is this?
I think it might, because it looks like
call 1 of 2.
causing a fight.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is. Perfect.
Here's his.
And
yes.
then I told her to leave. She can't take the car. And all of a sudden, she's calling the police saying that I came at her. I don't even know what's going on. I have it on video as much as I could. This is crazy.
His video, by the way, started after the alleged incident, so it's basically useless.
Yes.
All right, and what's the name of the business?
It's
Okay.
This is fucking crazy.
All right, sir, what's your name?
As if we don't know.
Is an employee of yours?
That's not me.
At least she was.
That's not my voice. That's not my
started
number one
arguing
call.
in the office. We said go home. She went outside to get in the car, and we're like, whoa, whoa, whoa! If you're going home, you're not taking the car. And so then she opens the door and slams the door, opens the door, slams the door, and we're like, whoa, whoa, you got to leave, but you can't take our car. And she takes the key off the ring, and she throws the key at me, and she runs away, and she grabs her purse, which is fine. She starts going away, but then as she's going away, she calls 911. She's almost to the railroad tracks, but we can hear, or I can hear her saying to the dispatcher that we're there, and we're stopping her from getting in the car or something. I don't know. It's our car, so I don't know what.
Is this, so I just want to make sure, because we do have a call, we do have officers on the way, but is this an ex-employee, or is this an ex-girlfriend of yours?
She's not my girlfriend. She's a contractor, but
that's not true.
Been involved. She's not my girlfriend.
And that was a lie.
And is she still there right now?
Him.
No, she left. She left from the car and took off. I don't even know where she is. We took the key back from her and left. She left.
Okay.
To be fucking very clear on dispatch, I never hit her. I never put my hands on her. I never touched her. Let's be very.
Okay.
And you know, the situation is frustrating for you, I'm sure. It just wants you to remain calm, wait there for the police. You can tell them that once they arrive, okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll be the one they arrest. Thanks. Yeah, great.
Oh, no, sir, they're on the way there.
And that's it. And
just fucking jaded. And,
yeah, just all right. Let me see if I can find it and actually. Let's see. All right, Jeremy.
We can find that. We can find it and just see what we see in the video, and we can end it on that note. Looking at around 2 hours.
Excellent. I know I put it out there. Oh, geez. 40 minutes. I didn't put out all of it, but I did edit it so that it was the important stuff. Let me see if I can. No. Here we go. Is that working?
Oh, hold on. I forget that I have to do something on my end. Okay, perfect.
All right, it's up?
Yep.
Sweet.
I can hear it, but the video's not playing. Weird. Hang on. Let me disconnect and then reconnect. All right, go. Try playing it now. No. I can hear the audio, but the video isn't playing.
Let me refresh.
There we go. Now we're good.
Okay. So it is long, so I'm going to skip forward. It's just them receiving information from dispatch. Sirens. So every time you hear the siren, that's them going through an intersection, essentially saying, like, move, but they're not running sirens. When you're responding to domestic violence incident, you generally don't want sirens running all the time because you don't want the subject to know you're coming. Because then they might hide the evidence, they might increase what they're doing, they might flee.
Right.
So intersections, yes, but on approach, no.
Right. Gotcha.
1098 from 1034.
Kilo time same. Kilo time same.
So he's getting close. He's saying, I'm in the area. He's taking off his seatbelt in case he needs to jump out of that vehicle real quick.
Hang on. Why is it not doing it again? Okay, it's the video's pausing again. I don't know why. It was working before. Now it's not again. Try refreshing. There we go. Okay.
And I didn't touch her down.
You made a bad decision going back, didn't you?
Come on, man, I didn't touch her.
Cost, this is that Jeremy.
Yeah,
dude,
I know.
right? Okay.
I have.
Cost,
Oh, they know who he is.
Yes, sir.
Fucking first name basis everywhere.
We should probably just need one more. But we're good.
This is ridiculous. Sergeant, I didn't fucking touch
Sergeant.
her.
Sergeant.
I have it on
Sergeant.
video. She throws the key at me and walks away and calls 911. I have it on my camera. I didn't
Who's he
fucking
talking
touch
to?
All right, we'll sort it out, dude.
Alright, we're out today. 5 of his cars got vandalized last night.
Yeah, somebody attacked my cars and broke in and cut the tires and all that. And me and her were arguing about that. I didn't fucking touch her in any way, shape, or form. You can look at my hands. You can look at
How
my.
come we got calls about you not leaving her alone? She's trying to walk away, and you just keep
Because I heard her on the phone call.
why are you pursuing her?
I didn't pursue her. I called 911. I was talking.
You didn't call 911.
I did.
You called 911.
What are you talking about? Look at the dispatch notes. I called 911 and told the dispatcher that she's calling and saying that I hurt her.
Call and say don't come because
I didn't. Wait a minute. I never said I didn't say. Sir,
get off.
Let me see if he.
The phone.
Get off.
Hey Rizzo, she's claiming 85, right?
Yeah, we're all looking through it.
But she claimed down the line.
I didn't say that. That's not what. And I recorded the whole conversation. I never said cancel.
All right, dude. You're just being detained. All right.
Come
You're
on,
a suspect
man.
in a crime. That's it.
I didn't hit her. I can show you the camera.
You're just being detained.
Come on, Sergeant.
I'm just letting you know what we're doing.
I didn't touch her.
Okay, we'll sort it all out.
She was
the primary officer. You hear me out. The primary officer will come over here and sort it all out.
Why didn't you? Can you listen to me, please, Sergeant?
Dude, we've been listening to you here for the past 3 minutes.
She got in the car. I told her she couldn't leave in my car since she
You
was
telling
quitting.
me your side of the story isn't going to help right now because I don't know what she's saying.
Do it one more time when she comes.
Yes, let her come out here, get your thoughts together, and then when she comes out, the primary officer, she'll sort it out with you. I have nothing to do with this. All right?
I didn't fucking touch her. This is crazy. I didn't.
P. Rhymes, thank you for the $2. She's lying. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Sergeant.
You're right. I should never fucking trusted her again.
You know, reasonable, prudent people aren't standing at railroad tracks arguing at 9 at night.
Yeah, because she's on the phone calling the police saying that I heard her, and I didn't. I heard what she was saying to 911. And I'm telling her that I didn't touch her.
JB and on a 61 at Conway, Michigan.
Crazy that officers have to be here and
Yeah,
act
I
like
agree
adults.
with you.
Because
I agree
adults
with
can't be adults.
Adults can't be adults.
Hammer, can you be 51 to the 85? We still need you.
To not take the car, and she was trying to take the car, and I told her no. And that was when she got out of the car and called 911 and said that she was in trouble. I have it on video. I started recording as soon as she threw the key at me. I didn't touch her, I didn't go near her. I was this far from her at all times.
India 56 Kilo 10, I'm still hitting you guys, which need Hammer in particular.
That's fine. Just one more person. This got out.
Alpha, November, Oscar Charlie, Double Sierra, Foxtrot Whiskey, Double X-Ray, Bravo Lima.
Slow, slow, slow. There you go. Don't stand up. Don't stand up.
So I don't have the video of them putting him into the car, but we get the video of them taking him out. So there is a cut at some point, and there's a video somewhere of an officer saying, "Is that him screaming in there?" Which might be further into the video, just for context. What he's doing right now is he's searching to make sure no contraband has fallen out of Jeremy's pockets. In case there's anything during a search.
Make sure we search him one more time, okay?
Uniform Hotel, Tango 07. Gonna be on Arcusi, North Arm, FR28, Gray Hyundai on the left edge.
That's the old credit card sweep where they just. Oh yeah, it's not fun to receive. It's not fun to give.
Even with the video.
Can I get stamps too?
And nobody's listening.
You missed a spot. Oh, let me just.
Woman. Nobody's listening, right?
Sergeant, you can at least take me out to dinner first.
Bullshit. I didn't do it. What am I being arrested for?
Battery domestic or battery dating violence.
Obviously.
We're not dating.
Hey,
nope.
Yeah, make sure you just check that report from Hannah Crow that he talked about. See if it established dating or domestic there too.
Essentially, what they need to find out is if they ever lived together. If they ever lived together, then it's domestic. Otherwise, it's just dating.
Right.
If you want to put these back on or put them in a bag or something.
Yeah, I'll just grab a bag. Yeah, if you wanna, can you go up and.
Oh, who's this, huh? Oh, you get?
Oh, you got it?
It's a little more forward.
Yeah.
What foot am I looking at?
We'll her left foot.
The left foot, okay.
Oh.
She said he was going B8, whatever fleet that is.
Yeah, I don't have bags big enough for this.
Just put it right here.
He keeps calling to the victim to stop. Scene secure. Hey, so you know, she's not saying anything right now, and we're figuring everything out. So she has not said anything. She
But
won't.
I didn't touch her, so what are you trying to figure out?
You need to stop screaming, dude. Stop screaming.
Listen.
Come on, guys.
Stop
this is
screaming.
bullshit.
All right, you know what? You're not gonna. You don't.
Listen, sir.
You do not dictate how we do stuff. You've been sitting here screaming like a banshee for the past.
I didn't touch her. Why don't you understand? I didn't fucking honestly.
Yeah, and I can believe you like a hole in the head.
Come on.
No.
So I just want to give you the chance to like answer or tell me any more information. Other than that, we're good to go.
What does that mean?
Okay, so to any of those questions I asked you earlier, to your guys' relationships, do you want to give me any answers to those or no?
What does we're good to go mean?
Then you're free to leave.
Is he?
So we'll get to that.
That means no.
Like I said, is there any more information that you'd like to provide me?
I'm not going to pursue this.
Okay, I mean, and that, that's your decision. But just because you're not going to pursue it doesn't mean that, I don't have to do my job.
I understand.
That being said, do you want to give me any more information in regards to your guys' relationship? No? Okay. You don't want to give me information to if you guys have had a sexual relationship lately?
I can't.
You can't? Why can't you?
I just want him to.
We can go over here if you want to just talk like girl to girl.
Okay.
It might make it easier, you know. I mean, I can't help the body camera. But with Marcy's Law, your information's gonna get redacted. So.
Oh yeah, I did sign that.
Well, we're gonna give you a new one. So all your information is gonna be redacted. Your name's not gonna be in anything because regardless of what happens, I still do have to do a report because of your guys' relationship.
I understand. I'm not trying to make it hard for you. I'm not. I just have to protect him and myself.
Why do you have to protect him and yourself?
We've been through a lot.
Okay. Is there, I know this is going to be kind of out of left field, but is there any chance you could be pregnant with his child?
I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
The answer is yes, by the way. She made a lot of claims that she was pregnant with this kid. I believe she has claimed since then that she had a miscarriage. I don't know. Just no idea.
Right.
Don't really care. Made poor decisions. She gets to live with it. I don't have to. So, yeah.
Any other information you want to give me in regards to the incident today, in regards to your guys' relationship, and to anything that occurred?
He's just stressed out because of everything that happened today with the vandalism.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean,
yeah, but just because you're stressed out doesn't give you, the right to what you told me earlier today. So, okay. Are you willing? I know you said you don't want to write a statement. Are you willing to do like a? Are you willing to fill out the Marcy's Law paperwork for us?
depending on what it says, yeah.
That's the one that redacts your information.
Sure.
Okay. You don't want to fill out any other information for us? Okay. Do you want a victim's rights pamphlet? So that'll have like the case number and everything like that if you guys want to look up the report or do anything else. Okay, you don't.
If you are the victim, take that. It is free. They are required to give it to you if you want it. In fact, in some areas, they give it to you no matter what, and then you get to decide what to do with it. It'll have information about shelters near you, have information about numbers you can call, have information about the case. It'll have who the officers on scene were potentially. I can't guarantee we'll have all these things, but it'll have very, very good information. If you are the victim, whether or not you want to take that, it will give you options.
Yep. I also wanted to point out, like, Jeremy keeps on saying, I didn't touch her. We already have in her recorded dispatch of them just arguing about who was responsible for her getting her toe stubbed. So
yeah,
it's there. So it's just a matter of whether you buy his narrative that she suddenly put her foot in the door versus him just slamming it on her toe or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah,
I think it's possible that maybe they're pulling back and forth, and then he let go and it hit. I think it's entirely possible. I'm not saying that's what happened from an investigatorial point of view. That is a possibility. However, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because she doesn't want to
pursue it,
prosecute. So whatever. The rest of the video is just Jeremy in the back of
shrieking,
the patrol car, just going, but officer. But what's happening?
Come on, guys.
We're not going to talk about it. Like, stop.
Guys, come on.
It's literally him just complaining in a super way.
Of course.
But yeah, that's the incident.
Damn. I see. I knew of the charge. I knew of his because I think a lot of us on here saw his appearance for that charge, but I don't think any of us saw. I hadn't heard the 911 call or the body cam footage. So real quick, we're gonna do some super chats and then we're gonna close it up real quick. Right up your alley, $5. Kermit birthday for Schrodinger's cat bacon.
Do we want to give Schrodinger a Kermit birthday?
I think.
Do you know about this, Artie?
I have no idea about this Kermit.
So it was someone's birthday in my chat, and I sang them happy birthday as Kermit the Frog. I'll do it again.
Is SC still on here? Oh no, I think he's gone.
I mean, we can link him to this moment in time.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
So I can hear myself. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Schrodinger's cat. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Yay! Oh my goddamn.
I have a Kermit puppet around here somewhere. I don't use it because the green screen. I don't know where it is. One of these days I'll pop it out. But that was that's
man, my Kermit is terrible compared to yours. Now I don't think I can ever do mine again. Cause I got my Kermit I got my Kermit voice from a parody. So you know how it diminishes with each time.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yep. That's my my exact problem with who is it? Who's the guy with the weird voice? The cowbell guy.
Oh, Christopher Walken.
My Christopher Walken is based off of like Kevin Pollak's Christopher Walken, not on Christopher Walken himself. Yeah. So it just degrades over time, and I have to be like, all right, just get back in there.
Yeah.
Wow. No.
Oh wait, what? You want me to sing it as Herbert? No.
Oh, no.
Oh God. All right. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Schrodinger's cat. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Get your fat ass back here. All right. Researcher Susie, $4.99. Alexa, play Sabaton.
Yes.
Maybe later. P Rhymes, $10. How long until we get a Netflix documentary and movie about DeWitt? The documentary will be called A Delusional Mind, and the movie will be called Metro State. And Christian Bale will play DeWitt. I mean,
Christian Bale can play anything.
True. I mean, but I feel like that's giving DeWitt too much credit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think he deserves Christian Bale.
Yeah. P Rhymes, $2. She's lying. I did not hit her. Oh, hi, Sergeant. Road Pirate Films, thank you very much for joining the membership. And Hank's Corner, $5. Sergeant Blue Bacon, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Awesome. Okay, I think we do need to close up shop because I got the cats. I got Winston, who's crying for his for a snack.
Same.
Shut up, Winston. Yeah, go away. So I need to go feed them. But I really appreciate you coming out. I thought this was great.
Yeah.
Just to spoil it for everybody. You know, maybe we'll post them at a later date, but Sergeant and I, Sergeant Blue Bacon, Sergeant McGillicuddy, also known as Blue Bacon, we negotiated and agreed to this collaboration in character as Civil War soldiers.
That was so good.
You started it. I saw it and I was like, "Oh, I'm so into this, and I'm doing it."
I was like, "How do I?" Because you're like, "Oh, we should do this sometime." I'm like, "Oh, how do I approach this?" I've never reached out for. You know what? We're gonna do this and see what happens. I feel like he'll appreciate it, and it's nuts. And I'm 100% on board with that going public.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll have to continue on build up the world building. We already had some decent lore established.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, it'll definitely be interesting for you guys to peruse. But yes, we definitely have to do this again. We'll have to pick out another enemy to fight in unison. And thank you guys very much for joining. Thank you guys so much for your generosity tonight, for the tips. Please check out the fundraiser for Kick as well as Lavender Mexican, for their assistance down in Louisiana. You know that they're going to need some help there. So again, guys, thank you very much. Have a good night. Take care. Bye. Oh boy.
Clear?
Not yet. I have credits. Like, I'm being all special and stuff, like, you know.
Oh, so fancy.
I know, right?